Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video, and Ark just released another massive update, adding a new creature into the game and some other quality of life features. We'll talk about those in just a second, but anyways, they just released their community crunch 430, and it's packed full of some stuff that I love because it's from ASE, and obviously we all know that Ark Editions is getting completely added to the new game. And obviously the Archelon is the turtle that was used inside of the original Ark Survival Evolved. And it's been basically made massive and a little bit different in Ark Survival Ascended because it's essentially turning into a tank. Now, this is what the first pictures are going to look like. But it's going to be pretty cool. You can see it's going to release in October, so that's pretty neato. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know why they're not letting me click on this image, but oh well, you get the point. Yeah, so these are massive turtles. They are underwater tanks, and they've got some cool abilities to farm as well. I'll show you what I mean by that in just a second. Let's keep scrolling down. So anyways, you can see that the ocean is a new denizen, and it gets its new denizen deep beneath the ocean waves. A powerful force stirs and ready to protect its allies and defeat its foes. Armor is huge because this is basically going to serve as another soaker. I'm not sure how it's going to apply, if it's soaker on land or in whatever you want to call it, but it just like the other turtles, they're very, very powerful at soaking. You gotta hope that it might be a little bit more tanky on land, but we'll see. Anyways, dive into the depths using the Archelon, a mighty shell armored guardian of the ocean that's part tank, part underwater farm, and pure powerhouse. They are pretty cool. You can see the underwater farm, the part tank part. They can easily, basically Nidaria slaying is, it just like chomps on Nidaria, and I'm pretty sure that's how you're gonna have to tame it too, I assume. For your strength and durability with each jellyfish defeated. So I assume it's going to be a countdown timer, kind of like the, what do you call it? The new Giganotosaurus killer, whatever that is. You know, it's like its rage meter goes up with the more dinos you kill. This one's going to go up with the more jellyfish that you're able to eat. It'll carry 4 people, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so it's just an underwater monster. They haven't given much love to the underwater tames very recently, but on October 16th, hopefully this adds a little bit of fun to it. I love the underwater, but the real reason I don't ever go there is you can only really use like 6 different creatures, which is not the greatest, but it is what it is, I suppose. Ark will Ark, am I right? Yes, the Archelon is going to be a super cool new creature, and obviously it releases on October 16th. And obviously they're still going to tweak a few things. It's not the final thing. Garuga, the guy that makes Ark Editions, and basically this is going to be a rework. Now, the things that he has left to release are the Brachiosaurus, the Acrocanther, whatever it's called. I don't know. Acro is one of the other ones. So I'm excited that this is going to be another release. Just adding more creatures changes the meta up, and I enjoy that. Obviously, you can see that Extra Life 2024 is coming up on November 2nd. This is usually where they release a ton of information. So my assumption is when they have the November, if you want to call it the November update, the surprise that they were planning, I'm assuming we'll get something about the surprise in this survival kind of event. It's a 24-hour stream, and yeah, so all the money goes to support children's hospitals, and it actually increases rates on servers, so it's like a win-win kind of scenario. Now, a lot of streamers and people like that do events where they just stream for 24 hours. I'm not doing that. Sorry. I really appreciate it, and I'll always donate money, but I cannot stay up for 24 hours. Not gonna be doing that. Anyways, but all of that being said, you can see the future crunch. Here's a sneak peek of what you can expect from this event. You can see this is kind of interesting because the upcoming game content, I don't know what they mean by that, if that's just going to be no Ark 2 at all, because that's what people really want to know. Ark Extinction, which includes Bob's Tall Tales Part 3, the Ark Ultimate Mobile Edition, which is going to be interesting. And then the animated series part 2. The animated series, I would call it like, it's got a lot of room for growth. I'll leave it that way. The story's kind of interesting. I feel like they kind of moved from the story to, I don't know, we'll see. But Ark animated series part 2, and obviously they'll probably, I mean, they're going to get a ton of questions, and they know it about Ark 2, so they're going to have to address something across the board, but we'll see what they actually announce for that. But again, I'm not hopeful. If you haven't seen anything about the new updates, you can see that this right here, it's a single player experience set in Madagascar, paleontology. Basically, you can like dig up creatures and build them, which is kind of cool. I haven't played it yet, but it's the DINO pack, and it's kind of neat. So yeah, DINO pack science dinosaurs, clothes, structures, mods, a bunch of stuff. And you can see there's a couple other things that they're adding into this. Those are the two major ones. But Astraeos, made by Necatis, one of probably the #1 map maker in Ark, who made Fjordr Svartalfheim. I'm pretty much guaranteeing that Svartalfheim or Astraeos is going to be a map that gets added into the regular lineup. It's just one of those things. I think Svartalfheim is more put together, I guess is a good way to put it. So I got a good feeling that Svartalfheim is going to be added at some point in time, which will be fun because it's an awesome map. But yeah, that is what it is. Obviously, live ops. And so sunsetting a bunch of the inactive official servers. Now, where I think this is interesting, they're essentially saying, bleep you, to anybody that's on these servers and has done the work of trying to control the server, preventing trolls, like they claimed ownership of it, right? There's like 1,000 freaking servers on this list. That's a lot. That's a lot. And you can see here some more. And these are remaining available apparently. But essentially they're going to sunset these so they can add more servers in. So like, I get it. I understand why they're doing it, but it's also something like it sucks to be that group of people. Like there's a ton of servers there that are just going to be gotten rid of, because there's low player counts, because someone probably claimed the entire server, which is, you know, it shouldn't be allowed in the first place, but they have it set in their game where the rules allow you to do that. So it's like they created the problem that they are having to fix by removing servers. So I guess it's like it's an interesting thing. I don't like it, but you know, it is what it is. Expire server reminders. These are kind of cool concepts. Basically, it's just like servers that only exist until the new one comes out. April 8th, you can see a new type of servers called the expire ones, and they will go away on basically November 15th, and they're using them to allocate extinction. And they used a bunch of them in order to get the other maps in so people could kind of build up on those. So that's a little bit of a, you know, a win-win-ish kind of situation. But, you know, people knew that they were going into it. And you can take anything off. The same transfer restrictions apply to downloading your character on those. You can't bring anything else. You can only take things off of those. For people that have like a shorter term wanting to play, this is a great map to go to. Now, Arkpocalypse, not a big fan. I don't like the fact that they wipe every single month. I do think it's kind of cool that they're adding mods into the Arkpocalypse servers, though. Draconic Chronicles, it's going to be a little bit overpowered. Additional munitions, creature compendium. Like, that's a neat concept. But, again, not a big fan that it wipes every single month. So, yeah, not a big fan of that. But it is what it is. You can see the bonus rates per weekend, just like normal. Community Corner, I've actually seen this guy a few times, Stevie Lad. He's got some cool content, and I don't know who Willow is, but, you know. And then obviously my favorite part where you scroll through some of these awesome drawings by people. Yeah, but again, these are good signs for Ark. More content is always a good thing. I do think they have some things to fix, like actually making the game playable for people that don't have high-end PCs. But, you know, there are other games. People are going to complain about that, but, like, at the end of the day, you can't play most new games with lower end PCs anyways. So it's like I don't really know the proper answer, because it's getting more and more techy and it's just harder to keep up over time, which does suck. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot coming up. The new Arshalon, they have this obviously coming up with that 24-hour event where they always accidentally release a bunch more information than they wanted to. And yeah, pretty stoked for all that. So anyways, just a cool little update, and hopefully this video helps you out. And if you don't mind, smash that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and then consider subbing to the channel. All right, Teach. Wow.